Okay, so we're going back to watching some Dragon's Den stuff. Today we've got, I can't even remember this woman's name, from an olive company. Some of you will probably have seen this one. It's pretty fucking funny. The title is Xenophobe disrespects all dragons within minutes of entering the den. If you're her, that's not how you want your day to go. But if you're us, the viewers, this is what you're fucking after. So let's give this a watch. Not even a hello?
I'm the founder of the Big O. We're looking for £150,000 worth of investment for a 15% stake in our company.
She's shitting herself.
2.5 years ago,
majorly.
I saw a niche in the market for a pre-packed, marinated, delicatessen style olive to put along.
This is the thing, right? Nobody ever goes in and says, you know, she said there's a niche in the market. Oh, a couple of years ago I found a gap in the market, I found some space in the market. Nobody's ever going to go in and say I found a highly saturated market space that I decided to go in and fucking waste money on competing with big dick players. Do you know what I mean?
Beside
Pure classic.
for the pub and bar market. We wanted to build an olive brand as KP is to peanuts, Walker's is to crisps. We wanted to be the Big O is to olives. And had it not been for major teething problems with our Spanish suppliers, we'd be well on our way to achieving our business plan.
Of excuses. The problem is I really like this idea.
Numbers wise, our plan wants to deliver 4.5 million turnover within 3 years, and that's actually incredibly conservative.
The plan was
Alex is looking
to
for
deliver 4.5 million.
£150,000, and
So that means she's either fucking tanked it on the way to tanking it, or she's talking about it in the past tense, as in like it's now no longer achievable. So
tell me.
I wonder which fucking one.
Get you to this stage.
But I've got a business brain, you know, I'm always thinking of ideas.
It's kind of bad of me roasting these people, because I've never been on it. Although I did speak to Theo Pafitas on Instagram the other day. Theo, if you're watching this, my bro.
The tree.
Me.
You designed the tree, so you own the rights to that tree.
Yeah.
All this design's been registered and trademarked?
Yes, the pole and the dispenser is patented.
With the packaging finished and the
Good
patents
thing,
in place, the
true.
business seems promising. And new dragon Theo Pafitas is clearly enjoying the taste of the product. Doug Richard, though, wants to know more about the market for the Big O.
Did I understand that your inspiration for the product and the way it's designed and the packaging and the ease of use, you said...
See, that's good. That's really good, right? Because when you think about it, the Big O is quite a cool name. Big O, olives, the actual container, I don't know if you've seen that, the way it sits in the dispenser, is a big O, it's like a big plastic donut. It sits in the dispenser and comes down the tree and you pull it out. So it is quite smart. I mean, I'm not going to make comment on the branding because this must be 2005, maybe? So I can't go and roast the branding because, like, fucking hell, I only started doing business like a few years ago and technology's so much better now. But I like the product, I like the name, it's good. Fucking love Theo. Doug's a savage. This guy's a savage.
We wanted to be right next to the other sort of snacks that one gets when they're buying a beer.
The inspiration was for the pub and bar market.
So can you just talk me through what evidence you currently have, what level of success you've had in reaching that pub and bar market?
Right, well, yes, I mean I can.
Good.
The phone rings all day and we don't have any product to sell them.
That's a lovely anecdote. But
Excuses again, right? Her attitude's shit, right? Everything she's saying back is like, well, yes I can, as if like Doug Richard's an idiot, but you can't go into these places with excuses. You need to just be honest, because they're going to find out anyway. There's a due diligence phase after the den. You need to just say it.
Actually looking for a little more sort of substance than that.
No, well, you'll get more substance. Basically, I don't know.
Me and
which
Peter are
one's
the
the
exact
biggest.
same.
I'm just looking to know that your product is actually
Oh.
being used by a customer that they like, and that there's some
Okay.
sort of evidence to support that. Real
Yeah.
straightforward question.
Well, I can. Yes, I mean it is straightforward. Although our sales don't reflect
Fuck.
what the company could do because we've had inconsistent suppliers.
Just tell us how many of these one pubs.
Nobody's like everybody could fit in another sale. I can go and say, oh, I've turned over X in the last year. But if I was able to do a couple of Saturdays, which I wasn't able to do because I was away playing golf, I could have maybe done this. You need to base it on what you've got. Like my dad used to say, you can only piss with the cock you've got, right? It's true. Whatever you've been given, however it's went, good or bad, whether you projected otherwise, whether you blame someone else, you need to just be straight up with it. You need to just fucking say it.
Sales in a week.
Sorry, I can't answer that question so directly because it's so different. You know, you might get your country village pub that's selling one every 3 days,
Fucking
right?
Hong
You might
Kong
get the
foodie.
busy city pub that will be selling 48 in a day. It varies. I mean, E&O,
Well, average. How many of these is one pub selling? Is it 10 or is it 100?
one a day.
One a day. One a fucking day.
Alex
Yeah.
has finally given the dragons
Nope.
an answer, but it's not the
Nope.
one they were looking for.
One a day.
The big O
I would
may
eat
look good,
5 a
but
day,
its slow sales
easily
astonish
myself.
the dragons, and the business looks
No
fragile.
problem.
In spite of her resistance, Theopophetus is determined to find out how these sales translate into revenue.
Alex, when did you start supplying bars?
November 2000 and...
So we're about right, 2005-ish.
Right, 2003. And what's been the turnover
said 2
of
years.
sales so far?
I can answer that question, but I don't think it's that relevant because we've had very inconsistent supply.
It's absolutely relevant.
Why?
Oh, it makes me cringe. Like, it hurts inside. If an angel investor asks you a question about your business, you pretty much have to answer it. Obviously, if they came in and went, when was the last time you shagged your missus or something like that, like, you don't need to answer it. But what was the turnover of your business? I don't think that's relevant. And it gets worse,
I
by the way.
know what you've sold since November 2003.
What? I'm sorry, but the relevance of that. I mean, if we had had continual supply.
But you didn't have
No,
continuous.
we
Exactly.
didn't, and we haven't been able to get our hands on
And
enough
how
product.
much turnover have you done in that time?
We have 1,200 customers on limited supply.
You know what the thing is, right? This is like the company that owned the Titanic being like fucking requesting investment and going, so how many ships did you have last year and how much turnover did each ship do? Oh, we had 3 ships, they'd done £1 million each, but we would have had 4 ships if our plan had went through properly, but obviously one of them fucked an iceberg and like 1,500 people died. So we just need to like factor that in, and people will be like, no, problems happen. Like, if someone's racing in the fucking Grand Prix, they can't turn around and go, if there's an engine fault, oh well, I was winning but I got a fault, so can I just have the trophy? No, do you know what I mean?
So the question.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that question because it's not relevant.
Absolute
It's not
arrogant
relevant.
But it is to me.
bastard.
If you're not going to
Right,
answer
okay.
my question, then I'm out.
And you heard the laugh there.
Alex's defensive behaviour has cost her the interest of Theopophetus, and it's not endearing her to the rest of the dragons either. Duncan Bannatyne wants some straight answers.
Alex, tell me exactly what is the problem you had with your Spanish supplier? Explain it.
Have you ever dealt with the Spanish?
Never.
Right.
That's not a good start.
Well, is anyone Spanish here? Dishonesty might be number one, key number
In what way?
one. Well, they'd say things or put something in the product that shouldn't be in the product and wouldn't let us know, so it wouldn't be on the label. And it's just totally dishonest.
You can't just throw a whole country in because one supplier's been shite. I know shite Scottish people, I know good Scottish people. But the thing It won't surprise you to know, after hitting out a comment like that, is this woman is Jeremy Clarkson's ex-wife. No fucking surprise, let me say.
Alex is on a collision course. She needs £150,000, but her sweeping statements about the Spanish have pushed Doug Richard over the edge.
Do you really
Dangerous
come
having someone like that
when
if
you
you're
align
associated
the
with them.
entire nation because one supplier? You really, it makes you sound like you're a wild gun. Telling me that all of the Spanish are dishonest. Have you ever dealt with the Spanish? Yes, I've dealt with honest Spanish and dishonest Spanish. If that's the kind of comment you're willing to make, God only knows what else you'll say. And so I lose some faith in your judgment there. So I won't be invested.
Imagine you put money into her and she goes and says something racist on TV or xenophobic
Richard
or
is
something.
out, and
You
things
don't
are
want
about
that.
to get worse.
Alex, if you look deep down inside yourself, you know this product doesn't sell, and that's your problem. So really, you haven't got a production problem. That's not the problem.
It is.
You can't
We
buy
do.
You
it.
cannot.
Okay.
You cannot convince me there's no one else in the fucking world that will sell you olives. I don't believe that olives is that big a fucking market. Like, you get olives in Asda's, mate. That's where I buy olives. Costco. Like, there's not one supplier of olives in the whole fucking world.
Alex, you
Surely
just
she
want
could
to
get them
tell everybody,
elsewhere.
I just don't think you know why you're giving ears. And I'm out.
Alex has now lost the
That was
interest
funny.
of 3 dragons, but she's still refusing to acknowledge their concerns. Only Rachel Elnor and Peter Jones are left, and her bid for the £150,000 investment is on the verge of collapse.
Alex, I'm Peter. I'm sitting here and I'm absolutely baffled. I think it's firstly one of the worst pitches I've seen to date.
Sorry.
You've mentioned that you've got
Agreed.
a business brain. I've yet to see any inclination that you actually know what you're doing. So the biggest problem that I've got is I'm now focusing on somebody that actually I don't want to invest in, regardless of how good this is. So you've completely lost me, you've lost my interest, and I'm also out.
Smoked.
Rachel Elnor is Alex's last hope.
You've come across this incredibly hard work, and this is your pitch. We are selling.
Rachel Elnor went bust
your
anyway.
olive
Theo
product
and
and your business concept
Peter
to
bought a
us.
company, I believe.
Business is about problems, and actually one of the biggest tests of a
I do think Rachel's a bit of a bitch, unnecessarily, in most pitches. Like, she just goes straight for the jugular, but not in like a no-nonsense way, just in like being an utter fucking bastard. But she's fair here for a
successful
change.
entrepreneurs, whether you can successfully get over those hurdles or whether they
Which we're
defeat
doing.
you.
Which we're doing.
Well, it's 2.5 years down the line. You've got through all of your cash, and all you can say is, really, it's
What you're
it's the
doing?
supplier's
No,
fault
you're
that you
fucking
haven't created a
crackhead.
successful business. Now, actually, I quite like the product, and I personally like olives a lot, and I can see there's a gap in the market. Whether you can actually make it work or not is quite another matter, and that's where I would have the problem in investing. So it's not one for me, so I'm out.
Same. Agreed.
Alex has been demolished by the dragons, who found that her defensive manner and refusal to divulge the basic details of her business made it impossible for them to
That's
invest.
that then. Let's see what she says after.
I've got to say, that is an example of how not to get an investment. It could be a good product. It was irrelevant because she was so egotistical, the
Very
wrong
high
pitch.
maintenance.
Anybody who feels comfortable asking whether anybody here is Spanish so she can feel free to slag off an entire nation, it is reprehensible behavior. If she behaves like that, she will do other things later that are equally wrong.
Yeah.
Alex,
So, the company, just to let you know, I just had a Google quickly, that's why it's quiet. The company was incorporated on May 2005 and it was liquidated, dissolved, that's alright, not too bad, in 2010 by the looks of things. So, no fucking surprise there that it is no longer trading. Let's see what she says at the end. This is when people come to their senses, normally.
Far too arrogant I am.
I mean, you simply refuse to give them the information they're asking for, and I don't know, was that wise?
It's not that relevant to give that information. because
You
it
can see
doesn't
from their-
reflect. It doesn't reflect the business.
But you can see from their point of view that if they ask a question, then you know the answer.
The fact is that the product works. We've proven that it works. That's it.
So, another unsuccessful pitch. No investment. I'm kind of going with unsuccessful pitches here because they're funny, but maybe we'll put in some success stories, some feel good ones as well. But there's no surprise watching that she wasn't going to get any investment. I'm not at all surprised. I don't feel the Dragons have lost out on anything. If she'd have got the publicity of being partnered with a dragon, it could have went to her head the same as her fat fucking ex-husband, and she could have said something pretty stupid and wrecked not only her own reputation but wrecked the Dragons' investment and potentially part of their reputation for being associated with her as well. So all in all, I think they made the right decision. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, or a dislike. Honest metrics are always appreciated. I've got another video coming up later on this week, and I'll catch you for that. And before I forget, check the bio, www.richarddixon.com. You need an advisor, you need a consultant, you want to keep up to date with my bi-weekly newsletter, get signed up. Peace.